After watching this entire video, I promise you, you will have everything you need to become a respected, wealthy developer. Whether it's becoming that leader in charge of developers that are building a beautiful product used by millions, or whether it's chilling at the beach, coding away, and sipping on your coconut water. I've done that, and I want to show you how you can do it too. Before we get started, I have a very big warning for you. If you genuinely apply the things that I'm going to tell you in this video, you and I will become the future full-stack developers. You and I are going to have a responsibility to create good products. There was a time where I had to build a product for my client and I had to launch it the very next day. Together with the team, we had created a product that was going to be used by thousands of people. And that day I realized, out of thin air, from these fingers and from your fingers as well, we can create whatever we want to create. With these powers, you need to understand, with great power comes great responsibility. Now you might think I am like cuckoo for thinking that we have magic powers, but we truly do. Trust me, bro. If you find a worthy problem to solve and you are able to create these systems, you are unstoppable. Promise me, the things that you're going to learn in this video, you have to use for good. We are not those developers that make harmful products for society like Instagram and Facebook. We are the people that create useful products for society, okay? Remember that shit. It's time to make our hands dirty. I'm going to assume you have basics already. You know what a for loop is, you know what a while loop is. We've coded objects, we've coded functions and here and there. But now it's time to actually code real systems. When it comes to a full stack architecture, there are 3 simple things you need to master as a full stack developer. And I'll show you exactly how I learned these things. Number 1, front end. People hate creating front end systems. Why? Because CSS is notorious for being a bad programming language. It's very subjective, but when it comes time to building products for people to use, it is so important. It is not only the first thing they see, but it's the only thing they see. So if you want to be someone who creates great products for people to use, you need to make sure your interface skills are on point. Your GUI, your front-end skills are on point. It was not until I learned that if your GUI, if your front-end is shit, your product is shit. When I shipped out my first product for people to use, like for thousands of people to use, it did not matter how the backend looked like or how clean the code was on the backend. If the front end didn't work, if it was buggy, if it was ugly and hard to use. So mastering the ability to create beautiful interfaces is very important when it comes to being a wealthy, respected full stack developer. Okay? Keep that in mind. Personally, for me, I use React for all of my front ends. Why? Because it's logical. I can whip up extreme interfaces in a jiffy. Now I'm telling you React, but you can use whatever you want. Something very important. I'm gonna make a future video about front end fully in depth. And keep in mind, it has taken me 3 years to learn all of these concepts. And I want you to be exactly up to date with how to create these interfaces. So if you'd like, subscribe to the channel and keep your eye out for the front end video that I'm about to release soon. Okay, next one, backend. This is where the magic happens. As programmers, we build complex systems. We make all these complex functions to handle people's data, to send it to other places, integrate systems together, right? This is where the backend system comes into play. Okay, let me tell you a secret. There are so many frameworks out there, but all you need to do to become a wealthy, respected full stack engineer is just choose one. Personally, I learned Nest.js. Nest.js is great. I can literally plug and play every single thing I need to do with Nest.js. I can quickly create a service, which basically is like a subsection of your code that does one specific task. Okay, I can quickly create services for many things. If I need to send emails, easy peasy. If I need to connect to ChatGPT, easy peasy. If I want to connect to other like database technologies, easy, really peasy, easy. Just make sure to choose one framework, okay? I chose Nest.js because it was super simple. All right, don't get confused with all of the server technologies out there. You have Golang, you have Flask, you have Django, you have Rust. Don't get confused. Just pick one and stick to it, right? Because when you learn the fundamentals of backend technology, stuff like API design, security, deployment, architecture, and shit like that, and of course, choosing your database technology, you realize it's all pretty much all the same. Just like the front end video, I'm gonna make one gigantic backend video that's going to teach you every single thing you need to know in order to deploy complex systems that run in the cloud, that run in the background, that connect to your front end, that handle the processing of the data that the user enters to your system. Now, we have to store our data somewhere. Otherwise, whenever the user refreshes, all the data will be lost. Now, obviously, we don't want that shit to happen. So this is where the database comes in play. I personally use SQL. I've been using it since I was a 13-year-old kid, and I think you need to use it as well because it's very structured. This is a video that explains everything step by step that you need to know about databases. Just take 1 day or 2 days, watch every single second that you can, take notes, and make your own database, okay? Without spoiling too much, today I can just create databases, store my data as I see fit, using the backend technologies I mentioned in the previous chapter. And everything is simple, okay? Now we're getting to some advanced shit. Trust me, if you learn this shit, you will be an unstoppable person, an unstoppable full stack developer when it comes to creating products. Say you're able to create a GUI, you're able to create a database, and you're able to create a backend that connects everything together. Now what? People can't use it. It's all running on your local computer, right? So what are you gonna do? This is where deployment comes in. It's a very low-key advanced topic. Take it from me. I used to work at AWS, one of the biggest deployment platforms in the world. You don't need to know all of this shit until you've mastered everything on your local machine. If it works locally on your machine, then you can start looking into this shit. All you need to know about deployment is you're gonna take the system that you create locally on your computer and expose it for other people to use on the internet. All right, and how to do it in a safe manner. Again, this is a link to another extremely good deployment tutorial that is going to teach you everything you know, A to Z, from deploying everything down to the technical details. You and me, well, we're not going to focus on the technical details right now. I'm just trying to give you the tools necessary for you to become a robust, visionary developer that is able to create products for people to use online. Okay? The last technical thing that I want you to study in order to become a full stack developer that is basically going to supercharge each and every aspect of your career is project management. This is the ability to create projects. Now, what is a project? A project, in my view, is just a problem that you're solving and the combined effort of solving that problem. An example, my coach had a lot of clients that were sending him progress pictures on WhatsApp. I decided to create a tool, a program, such that you just needed to upload the pictures on the app, and then all of the difficult stuff of putting side by sides of the prior week, right, etc., all the complicated shit would be done by my program and would be sent in a nice PDF to my coach. That was the problem I wanted to solve. So, okay, Neil, how would you manage that project smoothly? First of all, I wrote down all of the requirements on a Google Doc. I did all of that beautiful shit. After writing all of those requirements, I set up my entire repository. I set up all of the continuous integration, continuous deployment shit, CI/CD. It's very complex for a beginner, perhaps. But this video that I made early on will basically explain everything you need to know. Okay, so click this link, watch that video about project management. Listen, bro, if you're still watching, that means genuinely you care about becoming a respected, wealthy, successful full stack developer. But there's one thing I need you to know. That is, we have got to stop being lazy. I've been lazy so much in my life. I've watched so many tutorials, back and forth, but I've not taken action. Genuinely, if there's one thing I can tell you in order to become a successful full stack developer, is get up and build projects. Get that experience. Building these projects, building things, shipping them, sending them out to the world is my secret sauce, my secret weapon. That made me the developer I am today. Don't be afraid to create projects and put them out on the internet, because then you'll get replies like these. And trust me, that shit is the best feeling in the world. Don't listen to those fucking YouTubers that just pump out tutorials. Those follow along tutorials, follow me tutorials. You need to create products that come from your heart. And I guarantee you your first 10 products are gonna be shit. Why? Because my first 100 products were shit. But I have confidence in myself that if I work hard every single day and I improve every single day, even 1%, I'll get somewhere. And I need you to understand that. That is the secret of becoming a good developer. Continuously working on yourself and improving yourself. I don't want you to binge watch these tech videos. These videos that just want you to fucking spend time on YouTube watching them in their entirety. I want you to get off of this platform and build. Open your terminal. NPX create a React app. Get in it. And this reminds me, I need to ask you this question, bro. Do you want to be like those developers that are useless? Those developers at Twitter. Before Elon Musk came in, there were fucking thousands of engineers that were extremely useless. He fired them. Twitter is not only alive today, but it has way more features than it had last year. My message to you is be a developer that is ambitious enough to try things, to launch things. I want this for you and me. The world is changing as we see it. As of today, AI is starting to take control of a lot of things in society. And the only way you and I as developers are going to save the world, because let's face it, software controls most of the things in the world. Data is the new oil. It is our duty to make sure this transition goes properly. As the engineers of the world, I want you and me to join forces and create beautiful projects. So I hope these guides that I'm making for you right now will enable you to create these products that you desperately need to create, that we desperately need to create, you and me. There's one thing that I really didn't have in the last few years while I was learning how to become a full stack developer, and that was a community to share my findings, my learnings, my passions with. But today that's different. Today I have access to these developers that build beautiful products for other people to use, these developers that are creating these products that society wants to use, not like Facebook that harms little girls, little boys. I want us to create products that people want to use. So listen, there's a link in the description. This link is for a community filled with these enthusiastic, ambitious developers. And I want you to join them, okay? Listen, if you like these videos, please subscribe. I don't want to beg you. If you don't like the video, don't subscribe. But if you want to see more of this, if you want to hear more about how we as developers have a responsibility to solve the world's problems, hit that subscribe button. Alright, listen, life is a gift given by the gods to make a proper use of it. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, have fun, build great stuff. Love you, take care, bye.